Alright, time for us to be taking on Castle Ensis. We're at the castle front right now. Of course, that's where we said we were going to be in the last episode. We have one piece of loot to grab before we go in, though. I saved this for now, so it'll be kind of included as a part of the guide. And this item's actually going to be pretty useful against the boss here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to grab it. And there is a new habit that we have to have, and that is to make sure that we have correct resistances on for bosses as we go in. It's going to help us in terms of not taking ungodly amounts of damage. As you can see, from the front of castle, and under the bridge, we get the Spelldrake Talisman +3. This is going to give us amazing magic resistance. So if we come into this here, you can see that's going to put me straight up to 60. And we need to kind of get into the habit of putting things like the Dragon Crest on as well when it comes to bosses. So we may well swap things out like the Magic Scorpion Charm and things like this, because we're going to start getting to the point where survivability is as important as damage, and so we will be changing our footing accordingly. Back to the Grace Inn, and we can head into the castle proper. We're going to have a bit of a dude that we need to face as we go on in. Shouldn't be too bad, though. And because I'm not going to be regenerating FP against this guy, let's put cast speed on, and we're going to gavel his legs out from under him. Should work. In fact, actually, you know what? You know what? He's a tall boy. Let's get shot spiral on there. So we'll try and get a bit close. Probably being a bit brave there. We should be fine. Once we get the crit on there. It does not want to give me the crit. There's a bigger AoE than I was expecting. Come here, you. Alright, so you want something a bit... Oh man. Very good turn on me there. Want something a bit heavier, do you? Alright. Really turned your stun resistance to 10, didn't they? Jump! It's actually kind of crazy how resistant to stun you are. It's fine though. He does not restore our flasks. How annoying. I'm going to quickly go back and just give myself a fresh start here. Continuing on then, let's loot the room on the right. Ourselves some extra runage. Don't think there's too much else in here. Then we can continue moving forwards with the zone. Pick up the craftables. Gonna want to jump over the side. Oops. Extra piece of loot. Important as it is. Sometimes I have to wonder if they like place hold where they want to put items, and then when they decide where some items are going, they just put like all of the loot, like random small loot, into the old placeholder places. It's kind of weird how that works. Alright then, so important here. A lot of people like the look of this weapon. It didn't seem to perform the way I wanted it to when I was testing this, so I will not be using it. Up here we're going to have the Milady Light Greatsword, which I think is the first one we can get. Quite cool. It's got a nice flowy moveset to it. They seem to have gone for a lot of this whole kind of dancey style moves on some of these weapons. Continue on to the cave. We're going to have big hammery boy through here, so we need to be careful. Where is he? Let's see him by now. Bit of loot here. I think this is a talisman. I think it's one that I don't really like, but for sure. Oh no, it's a cookbook. Okay. Stun lockage time. And there is a grace just up there if you guys feel the need for it, but we're just gonna... Where is it? This will be a drop you off. More loot. Just double check. Can't remember if there's anything the other way as well. Let's just double check that. Not exactly groundbreaking, but we want to make sure we're grabbing stuff. No, I think that's going to be a bit later. Something over there making it look like blue, but I think it's just a bit of light through the window. Alright then, with that done, we'll move on up to the grace. Just a quick check around the buildings. Gonna start coming across, I was going to say, gonna start coming across dogs now. So just bear that in mind when we're exploring around. They do like to hide them in bushes so that they're dead easy for you to see. Erdtree blessing, as always. Grace. I guess we might as well rest at it. Give ourselves the respite that we need. Want you coming up behind me, so let's just deal with you. Boy over here, who's I guess supposed to be feeding the dogs. Right, I suppose, kind of. Don't know. Either way, dogs down here. We can get one of them from up here, so we're going to do that. Should make it a little bit easier for us when we drop down. Loop around for some more loot. Amazingly essential, starlight shards. I don't use them actually. They probably are very useful to have, but they're so rare that they're not really a reasonable option in my opinion. Couple of lovely jumps. Wrestle with the camera as you're going across. That can betray you. Oh wait. Don't have regen on right now. Let's do that. So I decided it's like a part of my tool lineup. Something that I do is during boss battles, because obviously you don't get time for regen, put cast speed on, and then for exploration we have Blessed Dew on. I think it works well that way. I'm starting to get into this idea of different tools for different situations with the caster. Bit of not resin. Just double check some light here. I don't think there's anything else, but I've seen some really janky holes that we can jump through now, so we don't rule any corners out. Some sneaky little corners. Alright, things are going to get a little bit aggressive at the top, so just bear that in mind as you're heading up. Be prepared. Probably could have done with topping up FP, but we should be okay. Stun showing its value. And just like, I don't know, I guess to show the difference in damage, go through something like this on for a bit. You guys will see that we'll actually take a, like, they seem to have made it so that the improvements we get from the defensive talismans are significant enough that we can care. Got full flasks. Resting would probably be wasteful. There we go. So that, see, like with that on, even though I'm doing a little bit less damage, taking damage doesn't feel like a death sentence anymore. Right? So the talismans may well end up being a bit of a thing that you just have to do. And that's in like fairly light armor. We're able to play much more, I shouldn't say recklessly, but much more in a way that, you know, we're not taking such crazy damage. Which I think maybe something that I should have suggested earlier is maybe taking the Scorpion Charm off. Because it is what, it's 12% damage increase? As opposed to say the 8 of the mass. Which, I mean, we've got both on for a total of 20, which is kind of why I want it for spells, but we are taking 10% increased damage because of that. Ouch, almost forgot about you as well. Really not a fan of dogs. Just enemies that are like really fast have no business having high poise. Not that way yet. Just know this side to check for some loot before we go. Yeah, nothing else. That's good. All right, so we've got a few of the. You guys remember these? They kind of like go invisible. We are trying to be pains in the ass. I'm gonna die here if I'm not careful. Yeah, puts them down. And for a bit of a loop around, we're gonna have another old enemy up here as well. Gonna have the page. Couple of these in the castle Ensis. Probably should be prepared for this overall. I don't know why it does that. It's really weird. Just decides it's going to let you know it's there. You like target practicing something and failing? No. I know some of this stuff is like storytelling when they do things like that, but I don't understand why or what's happening there. And then from up here, we do want to take, where is it? Should be a piece of loot on this ledge. I'm sure there was. No? Thought there was loot on the ledge. 1 minute. I'll show you we can jump off for some loot from here. No, guess not. I was wrong. I know that we can get this piece of loot. In fact, there's actually an early way. There's a piece of loot on the ledge over there. If we can do it first time, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys getting it early. It's not really necessary. We're going to get it in a minute anyway, but it was cool anyway. If we sneak here, we can actually get around the back of this guy. Because he's got terrible line of sight, look. We can get through here. Get a free backstab. It's not, again, not necessary. We should be pretty good actually. I don't know how good the stun lock's going to be on him, but you know, I'm sure some people will mention this if I don't. Careful of his big greatsword, it does hurt when it hits. Ouch. Oh my god. That's only one combo there. Now how he high powered through everything. There we go. Well, high power almost went to death, so. Fine then. Range combat it is. We have ways of making you fall. Alright then, so this isn't intended. And I don't think there's been any patches since I did it. Right. If you really want that piece of loot right now and you can't wait 2 minutes, you can jump onto this wall right here. Come across this way. If you remember the jump trick, so press jump, hold down your sprint button, jump right at the last second, and we can get across. That is the Glint Blade Trio. That is not the proper way to do it, so if that jump frustrates you, just wait. There is a proper way to get that. This is the Wolf Shield. One of 2 shields that I'm tempted to upgrade us to from the Carrion Shield. These will end up with over 60. God, it's like 69 or 70 for these. So we will probably, if we continue wanting to block, end up switching to one of these. As that is just going to be superior for the act of blocking. But I'm terrible with the whole bravery. Like, I don't trust the shield very much in Elden Ring for whatever reason. So I'm bad at blocking. I'm very bad at blocking. I should try it more. But I'm just bad at it. I know that. Well, so that's right. So let me show you something here. I don't have the moon veil. I'm going to show you. That actually works on the moon veil. Basically, what that is if you have like a charge ability or ability you can hold, it'll do additional damage. When using it. I was going to try and demonstrate, but I haven't got the moon veil. I don't think I have the strength for it either. But just something worth noting. So if you like the moon veil, you want to continue using the moon veil, that will work for you. So you charge it up, takes a second, and it'll do additional damage for the moon veil. It's kind of nice. Just continue coming through. Oh. Just gonna let me bleed you. It's fine. We don't have a roof. We want to try to get him first. Before he gets us. Shortage. Right, okay, so here's the proper way to get the Glint Blade spell we got. Jump over the wall. Do gem. We're going to have another page up here, so if you're feeling vulnerable, now's a good time. Self-healed. I'm actually out of healing. I probably should do something about that, but it's fine. Nothing on there. So that is the corpse that we looted. I'm not going to jump down there right now. You can jump down there, loot back around. It saves the video a bit of time for me. And then we can jump back this way. Ah, there's the tower. We're going to be going to that tower in a minute as well. Wander down. Something I kind of like here which I guess displays some of the mechanics on show. That enemies do need line of sight to you to see. Is we can kill this guy, and this is going to aggro the ones below. But if you stay well hidden, they aggro on that spot instead of you, which is interesting. To me, very interesting. I like that. Which allows you to just kind of mop up with them. I didn't realise just how kind of good the stealth mechanics in this game were. Could move everything now. Kind of feel like they set it up for us on purpose. Like, hey, we gave you these new mechanics, and you're not really been using them much. Look at how good they actually are. And everything actually. I don't know if there's anything to drop off on there. No. When you see broken wall, you should double check it, even if I tell you that there's nothing there, because the game's just very good at hiding stuff. Through the wall. Got me through the wall, so you did. We are almost at the next grace, so it is kind of tempting to take a break for it. The only enemy left between us and the grace is Night Boy over there. We could run past him, or we could fight him properly. He's coming. He is coming. Bleed all his procs when they're about to die anyway. Almost there, at the grace. Give that a quick tag. We will want to sit down at it. Get low on healing. We are going to fight Big Boy again. It's not like I'm so close to a level that it's fair for me to clear out a load of enemies. But we do want to look over the side of the balcony so we can get to the tower. This is the tower I was thinking about that I couldn't really see earlier. Drop off. Then some stairs. Winding stairs. Then a ladder. I can't remember what this is. I think this is an Ash of War. That somebody said is quite good on the Milady, but I haven't tried it. Yeah, we can stand. There we go. We can just walk off the shortcut. Back down. I don't think there's anything else. That stuff there, don't lose your head over it. That is not inside the castle. This is actually part of the Skadu Altus, so we'll be down there later on. I spent way too long looking for it. Then we want to come over this way. And then play fair with this dude. This is what a fair encounter with them looks like. How good is block this? What you gonna do, huh? No, no drinking. I don't know if you can farm them for any of their drops. Most of their stuff comes from like Bosch variants. Technically, probably would have been faster to just fast travel back to the Grace, but taking the manual way. Better than the load screen, in my opinion. And I actually really like the armor set of the boss we're about to face, so I'm tempted to swap. It's a tough decision because there's also a helmet later on in the game. But I also like, and that's red. That'll go with what we're wearing now better. So, the DLC actually has a lot of things that I'm tempted to use, unlike the base game where I'm like, oh yeah, maybe that's good, but not entirely first. And then, yeah, DLC is much better for things that I kind of enjoy the look of. Alright, time for the boss. So, as I said before, we're going to change some stuff up here. Firstly, I want to have Radagon. We want to be casting fast. And instead of taking extra damage, we're going to take less damage. This lady likes to use a lot of magic and physical. So if you wanted to, you know, choose survivability over spell damage, you could go ahead and take off the Graven Mass as well. She does do physical damage as well as that. Could be a good idea. We're going to change the spell lineup here as well, because we are obviously going to be using the Mimic tier. So to get it using spells that we want, we're not too bothered about it using Shard Spiral. Night Comet's kind of useful. We're not too bothered about it using Adul's Moonblade. We're mostly bothered about Gavel and Night Comet in here. We could even change things like... no, just make sure we get that out first. Usually it seems to stick with the weapon that you seem to have out at the time, so that's what we're going to do. And then, summon the lady here. I'm sure there's loads of people going, don't summon, don't summon. It's like, yeah, but we get dialogue for her defeating it with us, so we're going to be doing that. There's actually different dialogue if you go and speak to her before coming to the castle as well. But if you do that, you won't have her to summon, so this is the way we're doing it for the sake of the playthrough. Stick some of that on. Head on in. Summon out straight away. She can be aggressive. Sometimes she will just fire off stuff at you. Now we've had a nice start here. Now we want, yeah, Mimic to take some of the heat here. And we get the Gavel on. She will be stunned. Got to fire it off in pairs. Okay, won't always interrupt her, but if she's not attacking or not in something that's got hyper armor, she will stun, so we can get the second Gavel off, which is what we want ideally. Well, close enough there. Okay, second one. As you can see, it gives you a good stun. Take a heal here. This is a dangerous move. You want to roll both of these. I don't know how good this works on you. Can you be stun locked? No, you can't stun lock her with the sword. So that's too dangerous for us, really. Alright, we're in phase 2 now. Very cool moves. And you might suggest, you know, we took magic defense rather than fire defense, so I might have took death. Alright, room for 2. We'll keep at least one death in. If I keep dying, I'll change it, but this is still going to be the method. Oops. But anyway, as I was saying, you might ask why we've taken magic resist instead of fire after looking at that move. You're going to see during the second phase in a second. Moonblading at me, are you? We could also be shard spiraling if we want. That's the hardest. I always find it hard to evade that if it's not facing me. I don't know why. Let's get some range damage on you. Maybe too late. No, I'm not. Alright, we're into second phase again. Luckily, there's no like damage gating, it seems, so they still do damage even when she's changing phase. But you'll see, she should show. I'm going to have to not kill her before she does it, because I could be blasting loads of damage around range right now. So you can see the magic resistors. Alright, I need to. Excuse me, please calm down. We've got to show the moon. We've got to show the moon bomb. We've got to show the moon bomb. Right, Lana, I need you to do the moon bomb. Well. So she does have a move that's very powerful that we didn't get to show them. So she will sometimes do a nuke, and what you have to do is kind of get used to the timing a little bit. It'll have like a teardrop sound, like a glass smashing sound. And as the moon drops down, you need to jump. And it's 3 jumps, because there'll be 2 moons, and then she will slam down shortly afterwards. And you need to jump over them. I apologize, that's not in here right now. Because she didn't do it. I was trying not to just pelt her with like too many spells, because I knew that we can devastate with the current state that we're in. And, well, hopefully you guys don't mind, and my description is okay with you all. Either way, it's been half an hour. We're going to head on over to that grace over there. We're going to have another scatter tree blessing. I don't know how many we've got. Picked one up while I was going through, didn't we? That's right. And then we'll have this one right here to allow us to start upgrading. So, quite a lot of content for us to knock out again. In fact, there is tons of it before we enter the next main dungeon, which is over that way. That's going to be Shadow Keep. And we don't even want to approach it for a while, okay? Because that's going to progress a lot of storylines and quest lines and stuff. And we don't really want to do that until we're ready. We've got dialogue we can get here. She's going to explain lots of different things about different characters. Apparently, I haven't spoken to... Have we not done the quest? I thought we'd done the quest with this guy. Right, let me go and speak to Tholia for a second. I'm a little worried now.
So,
quick check on all the NPCs is a good idea right now. I'm positive she's supposed to give us 2 NPCs she can talk about.
right. Welcome. Goodbye.
Let's go speak to Redmane. She does give us new dialogue after the lion, so maybe it's you.
Let's maybe meet again.
No, that's right. So that's done. So all NPCs have progressed. Let's speak to the other NPC here. Maybe that's why. 1 cent. That's a little mini quest. We'll sort that out in a second.
Mickey says the truth of it is evident. Go in that forsake.
I haven't done that before. But I will.
What's this? Do you think me in need of arms? Ah, she's fair of the tower. Brings back memories of this by my troth. Indeed, I think things once. Look, my desire not to.
Ah, cool.
In that forsake.
It's actually very useful.
We are all. It is what?
How? I'm literally like following behind my how-to character, and we're in the exact same place. And she gives details on another character, and I can't remember which one it is. Interesting, we were able to attack these ones. Most of them actually have a protection. But either way, we're fine for now. The main thing is, don't go towards the castle yet. Okay? We are going to kind of go to it. There's a little camp in front of it. We're going to kind of nip through there. Probably in the next episode if we can get things done fast enough. But don't go too close to the castle. Something's going to shatter and loads of stuff will start happening. It's not like the end of the world. We do need that to happen. That will progress Theolia's quest. It'll actually progress Knight Leaders, but we need to do a specific response so that we don't lose too many characters. And that's about it. That's Horn Center, everything. Right, let's go check this. 1 second. It's minor. Everyone's still exactly where they need to be. So just a little bit strange. She's giving me different dialogue to my other characters. But either way, it's going to close this episode out. Obviously, the last thing we can do is upgrade our blessing level because we have Scantries to do so. We're going to be powering that up a lot over the course of the next 2-3 episodes because there are a lot of them that we can get very soon. And they're about 6-ish right in front of us in this field. So we're doing that very shortly.